TikTok, I need your help. You know, when you do that little thing, when you go find somebody, I need your help, man. So you see this picture up here, man? This picture is beautiful. You see these three people? Looks like a beautiful family, right? And it is a beautiful family. But the dark side of that photo is that little boy right there in the middle of that photo, his name is Sire Fitzgerald Hall. My name is Fitzgerald Hall. He is now 6 years old. For the past 2 years, I've not been able to see him on birthdays. I've not been able to contact him via FaceTime. I've not been able to receive any updates. And this is a child who has had seizures in the past, been admitted into the hospital multiple times, and I've been there for all of those. But for the past 2 years, I've been completely boxed out. I have no emotional or physical history of abuse with him or his mother. And the sad part is I've always been no more than 5 minutes up the street from him. But I cannot get mom to respond to me, no matter how hard I try. 2 years, you would think that, people let bygones be bygones and put the priorities of this little person above their own. At least that's what I think is the right thing to do. So I'm putting my pride to the side. I'm putting my ego to the side. I'm going outside of my comfort zone, putting you guys in my business. It's pretty hard for me to post this picture, but I'm doing it. And my request for you guys is to help get this video to this guy, whoever it is. I don't know his name. I know her name is Santrisa. She's the owner of Invogue Me Hair Salon, INVOGUE. And I'm only giving you guys that as a clue or some type of breadcrumb to help find this guy. I've tried to avoid this by, doing my own research. I have not. The reason why I want to speak to him or to get this video to him is because if you marry a woman, when you marry a woman, you take her on as your responsibility. You take on her responsibilities as your new responsibility. So I'm imagining you've taken my son on as your responsibility. And with that being said, I think it's important that you assume a leadership role if a child is being hurt under your roof. And in my opinion, he can't say it because he's nonverbal, but we don't know what that impact looks like for him to experience having me as his father and then experience a random cutoff. We don't know what that does to his psyche. So as the man of the house, who's taken over the responsibility of these two people, and congratulations on your new baby, I ask that you reach out to me so that we can find some middle ground. Maybe men can be more logical, less emotional, and more practical, because that's all I'm looking for. I just want a healthy environment for my son on both sides. I want to be kept in the loop about what's going on with his therapy. I want to be kept in the loop about what's going on in school. I don't even know. I can't get the information from mom to even check with the school. We're in the court process, of course, but we all know going through the court process is one solution, and we're going to do that. But people can always continue to make it a bumpy road, and there's no need to make it a bumpy road. Both have long moved on, and we only have this little guy in the middle. But that little guy needs both of his parents. And right now, it's very difficult to get both of those parents on the same page for whatever reason. So, again, I'm going out of my comfort zone. TikTok, help this guy find me so that I can get reunited with my son.
What happened to applying for the child at the court, like fight through the court process? Like, I don't know how it happens in the state, but what happened to that thing? Like, they're no longer caught in America, like fighting for your biological child. Why would you go to the internet? And there's another thing that's mind-blowing about men who weaponize the internet. I've seen it a lot, multiple times, and I'm wondering how men like that keep on doing things like that for gaining sympathy. And I'm telling you, it did not go in the manner which he anticipated it would go. People actually were telling him to leave that family alone, because I'm sure he's just bitter about this family, that this woman actually managed to move on. Because if it was actually about the child, there would be a court date, there would be things happening in the background for you to actually find your child. There will be things like that. Honestly. And why you're not even doing that is even beyond me. So let's look at the reaction that this other lady had about this whole situation, and let's see, and tell me what you think in the comments.
You've seen this particular photo of this family in their matching Christmas PJs and the ultrasound from her obviously being pregnant. Now, all of a sudden, you have to talk to your son tonight. You think you could pull on the heartstrings of all of these single mothers who wish their child's father wanted to be active in their life? But no, we saw right through that. Why are you going to the internet and not to family court? Then you're going to say men could be more logical and you've been looking high and low so you can find out his information. What do you need his information for? You're not trying to scare the new man away, are you? Because the timing is really peculiar. I think after 2 years of being an absentee father, you want the new guy to know that you're about to be a very active part in their day-to-day life because you have the son. You should absolutely want to be an active father in your child's life. My question is, where have you been? And why did it take a photo of her in matching PJs with her new man and an ultrasound picture showing that she's pregnant for you to finally say, you know what? I really need to see my son. And why would she and the baby go no contact with you for 2 years? You telling us 2 + 2 = 9. The math ain't mathin'.